Today I'm painting a monk from Massive Darkness 2 Hellscape. Hey everybody, hope you're having a good day. So today I'm painting Father Corvus from Massive Darkness 2. He's primed in Wraith Bone from Citadel Primer. And we're going to be starting off with a little bit of Shyish purple. This is a contrast paint from Citadel or Games Workshop colors. This is not the purple I wanted. I should have went maybe with the, what is it, the other purple? I don't remember what it's called. This is a little too dark, but I will fix this up later on. But it is a good base start though for what I do to it later on. Next is Skeleton Horde. This is another contrast paint. We're going to be doing this on all the little skulls that he has. Looks like little bird skulls. We're also going to be doing this on the ropes that are hanging from his robe and just some extra little parts here and there, just to give it a little different contrast on everything, because this guy is pretty much darkish gray brown colors. This is going to make those ropes like pop a little bit more and those skulls pop a little bit more. Just to be different, we're going to use a little bit of Army Painter Crusader skin speed paint for the face. He has a tiny little face there. We're losing some brown game ink now from Vallejo. I always expect this brown to be like super dark. I don't know why I keep thinking that, and I think the sepia one is darker. This one almost reminds me of snakebite leather, actually, after you paint with it. Doing the boots and his belt strap and these little purses that he has on him. Cygor brown is our next contrast paint from Citadel. We're going to be doing the entire, the bottom part of his robes with this beautiful brown color. I think this was the closest I could get to the artwork for like a highlighting contrast, you know, like, anyways, you're going to see I'm going to do some dry brushing later on too, just to bring out a little bit more of these robes as well. Black Templar now for the top part of his robes, mostly like the feathers or whatever you want to call these things that he has all around the top of his body, as well as that helmet, I guess, his helm, something that he's got on his head there. We're doing all that with that. And there's his gloves as well. You don't want to forget those, because I almost did. And I also didn't put any skin on them, so I forgot to do his gloves. So I came back and finished those off. Next, we're going to use a little bit of Space Wolves Gray, another contrast paint here. We're going to be putting this around the kind of like ribbon or fur that's at the end of his cloak and robes and stuff like that. Now, the thing is, I was glad how it came out when I put it on here, but later on when I put the Nuln oil on, it kind of like gets rid of that bluish tint it had to it, which is kind of sad, actually. I was hoping it was going to keep that, but it still turns out looking pretty good in the end. Let me know what you guys think. Alright, Apothecary White now for his beard. Again, Apothecary White's so much better than Holy White. Gotta be totally honest with that. Purple, Vallejo, model color. This is, I find, the brightest purple I have, or the most royal purple I have in my painting supplies. So I went over where I used that Shyish purple, and you know what's kind of cool, because it kind of gave it like a dark background to paint over. Corpse Pale for some of the little straps here and there holding his robe, and then some Stone Golem from Army Painter as well to do the back ones. Sylvanet Bark, Citadel dry paint. Now we're going to be using this to dry brush over that brown, just to give a little bit of edge highlights. Now I know some people would have done edge highlighting, actually take a brush and go very neatly over it. I suck at doing that. If I do that, I've tried it many times, and I always seen it screwed up. Anyways, Longbeard Gray, Citadel dry paint again. I really love their dry paints, by the way, but that Sylvanet Bark was a little weird. I think it was actually kind of hard. I don't know if it's, I don't know, it wasn't coming out properly. Anyways, Praxeti White next. As you can see what I did with those dry brushes, I went a little lightly on the sides of the black and then a little bit brighter on the top. Necron Compound is another dry brush. It's got a silver tint to it. Did that on the top little skull there that was on his helm. Now we're using some plate mail metal. This is a metallics paint from the Army Painter. I guess I could have used lead belcher, but I haven't used this one in a while, so I figured I'll give this one another shot and put this on his urn, the chain holding his sword, and these little like diamonds on that purple ribbon, or I don't even know what you call that, like scarf, I guess, sort of thing. And now we're putting Nuln oil on the entirety of the miniature. That's right, we're covering the entire miniature again, just to get the highlights come out more. I find Nuln oil does a great job getting the nooks and crannies, especially with contrast paints, inks, and speed paints. You might leave a little bit. There you go. Corvus, or Father Corvus actually, is painted and ready for the table. I also added a little bit of wet crackle effects to the base and a little bit of blood for the blood god. We'll see you all in the next one.